To the shock of many fans and netizens, trot singer powerhouse Lim Young Woong has been faced with some serious controversies this past month, putting his status as South Korea's golden boy into question. Lim Young Woong is a name that many K-pop fans have come to fear, especially in regard to music shows and charts. Overall, he has achieved immense respect and admiration in South Korea at just 32 years old, even surpassing the most prominent K-pop idols like BTS. Known for his beautiful voice, moving backstory, and deep connection with fans, Lim Young Woong represents a unique cultural phenomenon in South Korea's music industry. Born in 1991, Lim Young Woong debuted in 2016 with his single Hate You. And while his debut wasn't a failure, it wasn't until 2020 when he appeared on the television show Mr. Trot that he was really catapulted into stardom. Competing against over 17,000 other hopeful singers, Young Woong took home the win and the hearts of millions with his emotional performances and story of perseverance, considering the loss of his father at a young age. Young Woong's main appeal lies in his ability to transcend generational boundaries, as while most K-pop artists primarily attract younger audiences, he has found his core fan base among middle-aged and elderly South Koreans. This demographic, often referred to as the hero generation, has come to find great comfort and joy in his music, which often touches on themes of love, loss, and resilience, something many of them can relate to. Even in online polls, Young Woong has managed to triumph over most of the other Korean music scene, where he solidified his status as South Korea's most loved singer. This is no small feat, considering some K-pop groups' global acclaim, like BTS, who only ranked third in the poll. This showed that, domestically, Young Woong usually generates more buzz and traffic for news articles than any other artist competing with him. However, his popularity in Korea is what makes his most recent controversy so heartbreaking for many. Generally, Young Woong has also often been praised for his generosity and his kindness. In 2022 alone, he donated 410 million Korean won, which is approximately 311,000 US dollars, to various local charities. Even his elderly fans, who never would have thought they would follow a celebrity, have stepped forward to praise his character and described him as a kind person, good to his mother, and most of all, a great singer. His music has even provided emotional support to many Korean individuals who are battling personal struggles, such as a cafe owner and terminal illness survivor who credited Young Woong's song Wish with helping her get through chemotherapy and hope for a better tomorrow. However, Lim Young Woong's impact is not limited to emotional healing, as his achievements in the music industry are equally impressive. His songs boast a record-breaking 10 billion streams on Melon, South Korea's largest music platform. His official online fan club, which exceeds 200,000 members, goes to show the sheer scale of his influence, as many of his elderly fans have gone as far as following him on social media. Meanwhile, his stadium tours sell out in minutes, raking in an estimated $22 million in ticket sales. In fact, his influence is so all-encompassing that it extends beyond South Korea, with his music even finding its way into North Korea. USB drives filled with his songs are sent across the border, and defectors have reported that his music is popular among North Koreans. Overall, Lim Young Woong's ability to outsell, outchart, and outshine many K-pop idols has made him a figure of both admiration and anxiety within the industry, as each of his releases is often met with fans scrambling to adjust schedules, fearing their idols would be overshadowed. However, this popularity and overall knowledge of his name is quickly turning out to be the reason for his downfall, as his most recent controversy has hit the hearts of many across the entire country. The controversy began when the singer posted an innocent Instagram update celebrating his dog Seawol's birthday. While such a post might typically be seen as endearing, the timing of it is what broke the hearts of millions, as this was all happening on December 7th in the middle of the national unrest regarding President Yoon Suk-yeol impeachment and the martial law scare. The post garnered immediate backlash, as critics accused Lim of showing indifference to the country's struggles. This sentiment was particularly felt among his core fan base, consisting of older adults who themselves had already lived through similar horrors in their youth and were especially fearing the issues at hand. Many felt that his lighthearted celebration was tone-deaf and dismissed the gravity of the situation unfolding around him, and things only got worse when he decided to address his actions. The situation escalated further when a direct message exchange between Young Woong and a fan was leaked online. In the message, the fan expressed disappointment over his silence, highlighting how inappropriate his cheerful post had been in the face of the public's outcry over the political climate. The fan's message even mentioned those in his audience who had first-hand experience with the consequences of martial law, which is why his response was so heartbreaking for many. In response, Lim allegedly wrote, "Am I a politician? Why should I speak out?" His dismissive and defensive response only made the situation worse among critics, especially since many had expected a heartfelt apology from him, perhaps even an admittance of ignorance. The leaked exchange went viral, leading to even more division in his fan base as supporters defended Young Woong's stance, many claiming that he is an entertainer whose role is to provide solace through his music, music, not to engage in political commentary. However, critics argued that his response displayed a lack of empathy and social awareness, which painted a completely opposite picture of the values that he is normally known for. For them, his refusal to acknowledge the political atmosphere, combined with his seemingly unapologetic response, undermined the image of sincerity and warmth that he has built amongst his beloved fans. What made things worse was the fan reports of Lim Young Woong's official fan community allegedly censoring discussions about the controversy. Posts addressing the incident were reportedly deleted, and members who brought up the topic were banned. The effort to suppress criticism only added to the backlash, with some fans feeling alienated by what they believed was an attempt to control the narrative of his public image rather than address the issue sincerely. For many, the main issue in the controversy is not whether or not Young Woong should have made a political statement, but how he handled the situation. His seeming indifference and reaction to fans' concerns have reportedly shattered the illusion that many had of his respectable character. Netizens have since taken to social media to criticize his understanding, or lack thereof, of the protests that had been happening all over the country at that time, emphasizing how disappointed they were in his actions. One user wrote, "He should have kept silent, but at some point your platform and voice are expected, especially when your main fan base is from the generation who's lived the previous martial law." Another netizen highlighted the fact that for so many people, this wasn't about politics at all, as they wrote, "99% of the people marching in the streets are not politicians, but they do it because the time calls for it." The criticism was further fueled by many online in the context of his fan base who, as previously mentioned, had witnessed the traumatic events of martial law in South Korea. Many took to speak on behalf of all those who couldn't, criticizing him for his indifference towards such a big part of his fan base. Unfortunately, it took fans 20 days to get any sort of follow-up from the singer, as both Young Woong and his company decided to remain silent about the ongoing criticism. Young Woong made his first public appearance since the controversy on December 27th at his Gocheok Sky Dome concert. The event, which was initially long anticipated by fans, also became a focal point for the ongoing backlash that had simmered since his apparent indifference to South Korea's political climate earlier that month. As he addressed the audience, Lim finally broke his silence on the matter, stating, "I am sorry for causing you concern and worry. I am someone who sings. My purpose is to bring joy, comfort, and happiness through my music," and vowing to return as a better version of himself after hurting his fans. His words were delivered with apparent sincerity as he aimed to reconnect with his fans, and while some fans in the audience responded with cheers and applause, online reactions painted a more divided picture. Many remained deeply disappointed, feeling that his apology came too late and lacked acknowledgement of the deeper concerns that many had raised. In fact, even after his apology, discussions continued to trend on social media, with critics labeling his statement as superficial and insincere. In fact, things only seemed to get worse for Young Woong as his attempt at damage control created further controversy, considering the fact he decided to continue with his planned January 2nd to 4th concerts as South Korea entered a period of national mourning following the tragic Jeju air passenger plane accident. This only added to the criticism already surrounding him after his controversial remarks and his alleged indifference during the earlier political tensions. Many fans seemed to believe that Young Woong was letting down his country despite the efforts he had made in the past to touch the hearts of every Korean citizen. Young Woong's agency, Mulgogi Music, addressed the situation in a public statement, expressing condolences to the victims and their families, acknowledging the gravity of the tragedy, but ultimately justified the decision to continue with the concerts. The statement read, "After much contemplation, we decided to proceed with the concerts to fulfill the promises made to our long-awaited fans and the dedicated staff and participants involved in the preparations. They emphasized their intention to transform the performance into a meaningful moment of solace and hope, and assured fans that full refunds would be available for those who chose not to attend, but that the concerts had no reason to be cancelled." This response did little to calm the anger online. Critics argued that holding the concerts during the mourning period demonstrated a lack of sensitivity and respect for the national atmosphere. Netizens saw the move as another misstep in a series of controversies that have seriously tarnished his reputation this past month, with many even heavily questioning his sincerity as an artist. Fans who had once been fiercely loyal expressed feelings of betrayal, with some even declaring they would no longer support his work. As one fan pointed out, it seems like he is continuing to dig himself into a deeper grave with his continued actions. The commenter said, "He's really trying to lose all of the goodwill the South Korean public has for him. After the drama with him not wanting to involve himself in politics, I think a lot of people are going to turn away from him even more after this." While Lim Young Woong might not become a forgotten name overnight, many fans and netizens seem unlikely to forget or forgive these controversies and his attitude going forward.